This wide brown land has produced some wonderful sporting achievements down the years. The rigors of just surviving in this far-flung colony has taught us strength, courage, and endurance to take us to the top in international sporting arenas. Now we defiantly say to the nation that taught us so many things, stand aside, the Aussies are back, and we're not about to give up the Ashes. It's the next Battle of Britain.
Gladiators, and we're here to put our foes asunder. Gladiators, with the power of the wind and the crash of thunder. The battle for the ashes, we're here to put things right, to put things right. It's the battle for the ashes.
Good evening, Australia, and welcome to the series that brings out the best in two great sporting rivals. Tonight, our Gladiators will test the best athletes from each nation to see which challengers will win through to the grand final playoff for that most cherished of all sporting trophies. The British Gladiators are fired up and they're ready for battle. And the Aussie Gladiators, well, they just want to show these English fans just how it's done. Welcome to another heat of the Ashes. And here are our hosts from Britain, Ulrika Johnson and our very own Mike Hammond.
Good evening and welcome to another action-packed episode of the Gladiators. Of course, it's our Ashes series, the best of the Aussies versus the best of the Brits. So far, it's been a bit of an all-Australian affair, but something tells me tonight it's going to be just a little bit different.
Well, I certainly hope so, Mike. We're looking for some British faces in the Ashes final. Let's see if I can whet their appetite by telling them that the overall winners of the Ashes will each receive £6,000. That's about 12,000 Australian dollars, and the runners-up will each receive £2,000. That's about 4,000 Australian dollars. So there's all to play for. Let's meet tonight's contenders. Representing Australia, Catherine Arlov.
And for the Brits, it's Hannah Owen.
Catherine from Victoria is a physiotherapist and a USA Open Judo champion. She was also runner-up in our domestic grand final. Hannah is a textile student and the mother of two daughters. Her sports are rugby, swimming and rowing.
Welcome to the UK, Catherine. How are you feeling?
Not too bad. A little bit nervous, but I'm okay.
Well, I'm hoping you're going to turn that nervous tension into power, although not too much power. Tell us what you do and where you're from.
I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I'm a physiotherapist and a personal trainer.
Ah, so you're a fit girl, which is why you're here. How do you fancy your chances tonight? Because you're up against some pretty stiff competition.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of great athletes here, so it's really a hit and miss, and whoever makes the least mistakes will probably end up the winner.
Well, and great athletes and some great British gladiators. Now, who is it you like? Rhino and Saracen, is that right?
Well, yeah.
Well, you won't be meeting them tonight, but you'll be meeting some great British female gladiators. So we'll be looking out for you. The best of luck. Catherine Arlov.
Hannah, you've got a really interesting career that has become very fashionable again. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm a milliner. I've been doing it for 5 years.
And a milliner is?
A hat maker.
And you play rugby as well. Now tell us a bit about the female rugby competition. There's lots of rugby followers here. Tell us a bit about the British female rugby competition.
Well, I've been playing for nearly 5 years now, and I actually set up the club in Whitchurch. and rugby in this country is the fastest growing sport, officially.
What position do you play?
I was centre-back. I've moved full-back now, so...
And your family are with you here tonight. Now, we've got to find where they are in the audience. We've got a lot of people here, obviously over there. Tell us who they are.
I've got my husband here and my two little girls. One is one, she's over there, and a 4-year-old. And my mum and dad and the rest of the folks, some of the rugby girls.
Well, Hannah, we wish you all the best tonight. Let's wish Hannah the best, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck.
Now it's time to meet the guys. Representing Australia, Paul Stubbs.
And for Great Britain, it's Mark Everett.
Paul from Queensland is a bricklayer. He loves playing Aussie rules and golf, and he's also the father of two children. Mark is the British 95 Gladiator champion. He trains in martial arts, and his favourite gladiator is Vulcan. Vulcan?
Welcome to the UK, Paul. How are you feeling?
Not too bad, a bit nervous.
Well, you should be nervous. It's all very exciting. I was just thinking, You know, we've already got 2 Australians in the finals, so I suppose you could sit back and relax now, couldn't you?
No, I think they'll make it a bit harder now, so the second one doesn't get in.
Well, I hope so, for our sake. Tell us what you do and where you're from.
I'm a bricklayer. I live on the Gold Coast in Queensland.
And, oh, nice part of the world. And how did you do in the Australian series?
I got runner-up in Series 3.
And so how do you feel about tonight?
Nervous.
Just nervous? Fancy your chances?
We'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. We certainly will. Let's hear it for Paul Stubbs.
Now, Mark, they tell me that you were the 95 champion here on Gladiators. Being in Australia, I didn't see that, but you must be pretty good.
It's a great feeling, Mike. I mean, absolutely excellent.
We were talking backstage before the show started. Your life has changed quite a bit since everybody's seen you on the telly. Tell us about that.
Yes, since last year, I've now got a baby boy. He's called Harlem, and he's in the audience, so I'd like to say a big hi to him. Also, I've got a new job working for the social services. I'm a residential care worker, so I'd like to say hello to all the guys from Spalding Family Centre and Spring House.
Mark, there's one thing that you made me promise I wouldn't let you forget, and that was to say hello to your fiancée, which you've done, so you better do that now too.
Hi, Frankie. I won't let you down.
All right, so what's your best piece of apparatus tonight? What do you think you're going to do?
I quite enjoy the Gauntlet, but I seem to excel on the Eliminator.
Well, I'm sure whatever you do, you're going to give your best. So, Mark, all the best tonight. Let's wish him all the best, ladies and gentlemen. Mark, well done.
Well, the girls are now ready for their first event, so let the games begin.
It's a race in space as Gladiators chase challenges 25 feet above the ground and upside down.
The challenger must complete a full circuit and not get tagged by the gladiator to gain 10 points. Lightning, bright, flashy, and when she strikes, she's quite capable of destroying any challenger's plans.
Ready for our next event. Representing Australia, it's Catherine Arlo. And for the UK, it's Hannah Owen. And our gladiators, Lightning and Storm. Over to our referee, John Forsyth.
Contenders, are you ready?
Catherine in the green and gold, dodging lightning. And when you've got lightning, there's always a Storm close by. Well, Storm's very close behind Hannah. And all 4 women really racing up there. There's a lot of bad weather heading the challenger's way. There's Storm damage to Hannah right there and lightning flashes for Catherine. The heavens opened up on both challengers. It happened so fast I almost missed it.
Catherine and Hannah, what happened up there? Hannah?
We don't know. We thought, well, suddenly Catherine said, oh, we've been got, and I couldn't believe it. They were on us so quickly.
Now, Catherine, I know that you've played this game before, but it really is disorientating, isn't it, being held upside down?
Well, yeah, this one's different to the one in Australia. It's only got one swivel, so we swivel around a lot more, but they don't call it lightning for nothing. I mean, I won in Melbourne, but this woman is quick.
Lightning, well done. You enjoy this game?
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely exciting. I mean, you get up there, and it's not that high, really. When you're up there, you don't notice the highs. Well, I don't. I'm sure the contenders don't either. And it's just all in the legs, it really is. And we were having a chat up there beforehand, and our glasses were getting steamed, so things were getting pretty hot up there.
Both teams deluged from on high. No score, end of game 1.
So now we move into the men's event with Mark and Paul. They're going to be chased by Condor and Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready!
Now let me remind you that unlike our Australian series, tonight we're actually playing 5 games plus the Eliminator. Mark about to be chased by Condor and Paul's pursued by Hunter. Well, it's a bit hard to tell, but I think Paul Stubbs seemed to be ahead of the British rival, but Hunter is running faster than Condor. And as they hit the curves, it looks like it might be all equal. But Condor's closing in on his man. Could it be too late? Because as they come out around the bend, it looks like the English might take the 10 points. Yes, they do. Paul's all in a spin, but he gets 5.
Well, Condor, a little bit unlucky there because Hunter was ahead of you first, and then you managed to catch up with him, but you still didn't catch your guy.
Yeah, so very quick at the start. The bends are very tricky, and that's where it usually gets caught up. So credit to him, he got it this time.
Certainly did, and it's so exciting. The Brits have picked up 10 points.
Yeah, the only problem I had is that
I can't remember crossing the finish line, so I was going to keep going around the game.
Well, Paul did very well as well. You picked up 5 points. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, very happy.
The British Express collects 10 points. Australia now trail by 5. Prepare yourself for Powerball after the break.
Hi, I'm Catherine Arlo. I was the runner-up in Series 3 in Australia. I never got to run the final eliminator, and this time I'm determined to go one better.
Now it's time for rugby, gladiator style.
2 points for every ball in the outer basket, 3 points for the central goal basket.
Representing the Aussies, it's Catherine. And for the Brits, it's Hannah. And our gladiators, Laser, Delta, and Glacier. Our referee for this round, John Anderson.
Contenders, ready!
Now, Catherine was fantastic in the domestic series. She was unstoppable in Gauntlet and Powerball. Hannah is a rugby player, so watch for some action. Whistle blows and Hannah goes goal, but brought down by a Glacier tackle. Catherine scores 2 after carrying Laser to the basket, and both women pick up again. Laser dogs Catherine, but she gets another 2. Well done, Catherine, that takes her to 4. Catherine arms herself once more. I think I heard the whistle. Catherine scored that one after the whistle, and it looks like Delta might be hurt. John Forsyth in attendance. Let's watch this once more. Oh, yeah, she copped one just on the top of the nose, but she looks like she's okay. Let's now go back to John Anderson for the restart.
There are 43 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
There's the restart. There's a bit of double teaming, quite a bit on Hannah, but she gets past. Will she get the basket? No. Glacier brings her down once more. Catherine dodges the tackle and gets 2 more points. She's doing real well, our Catherine. Catherine once more goes past and gets another 2. This is great scoring for the Aussie team. And what a tackle there by Laser on Catherine. She struck. Catherine was too strong. She got away from the tackle but couldn't score. Once again, the British challenger brought down by another tackle, and there's another one on Catherine. This is a tough game. Time running out. The crowd chanting Hannah, Hannah, but Hannah in a whole lot of trouble up the other end. Catherine gets a new ball. She runs, she turns, she dodges and scores, but maybe after the whistle. We'll soon find out.
I think your rugby expertise really paid off there.
Yeah, I don't think I scored anything. I was quite disappointed, but she was just on me every second.
It's a really hard game, isn't it? I mean, it looks fun on telly, but it's when they hit hard.
That's the hardest game I've done so far, really.
We're both out of breath. Catherine, you were fairly psyched up for that round.
Yeah. Judo's a lot of contact. I also play Aussie rules football, and boy has it helped, because you can take those knocks and stay on your feet.
Well, Delta, I'm going to turn to you first because you had a very, very nasty knock on your nose, was it?
Yes, I did. It actually brought tears to my eyes. Yeah, I think she was just quite heavy. I'm not that big a gladiator anymore, but yeah, she just landed fair square on my nose, and I was sort of a little bit worried then.
Well, we were worried for you. You say you're not very big, but you're very, very strong, and you carried on going, and that's what Gladiators is all about. It was a great game of Powerball, very fast.
She's very strong. It was very hard out there. She did extremely well. Just unfortunately, she didn't score any points.
No, and I mean, unfortunately, of course, one got away and scored some points.
Well, that was a disaster, actually. She kept on her feet all the time, very strong. She deserved it.
Catherine scores a heroic 8, Hannah 0. And that's the progressive score for both nations after game number 2. The ace in the British Gladiator game plan. 185 centimetres of Top Gun muscle and style.
Round 2 for the guys. Playing on the blue for Great Britain, it's Mark. And on the red for Australia, Paul. Against our Gladiators, Ace, Saracen and Vulcan. Our referee is John Forsyth.
Contender, ready! Paul was our domestic runner-up. Mark was the British champion. Mark says he likes Vulcan. Well, he's got him in this game. He must be crazy. Paul goes for a run and gets stopped right there, but Mark gets 2. Well done to start the game. He dodges Vulcan and gets another 2. And Saracen remorseless as he brings Paul crashing. Mark outfoxing Vulcan as he scores again. Both men regroup. Mark goes left, Paul goes right, and sinks one into the end basket. A goal in the second try. Mark again, and Vulcan can't touch him either. Mark's just walking all over Vulcan, who's just too slow, maybe injured. Both guys crash into each other, release their balls and go up to the new end. Challengers are looking very tired. Stubbsy, the Queensland brickie, grabbed, yet maybe scores. No, he's brought down. And I think Mark might have scored once more. Unbelievable. He goes past Vulcan and gets 3 points that time. Paul Vulcan's had to do it hard this game. Both British Gladiators have concentrated on Stubbsy because he's so good, and Vulcan's had Mark all to himself. Not a bad game for the Brits.
Mark getting your breath. First time past Vulcan, got the points. Second time, got the points. Third time, got the points. It just kept happening.
Yeah, he made me angry. When we was waiting to start, he come over and pushed me. I thought he shouldn't have done that. I thought I'm going to score, and I did.
You sure did. We'll get the complete count in just a minute from John Forsyth, our referee. Your fans are going wild over there. Stubbsy, I know we've got to be careful here because we're actually here in Birmingham. 2 Aussies and a lot of Brits around us, but it seemed to me as though most of the game you were being marked by 2 men.
2 big men.
You could say that again. Absolutely. A very, very tough call, though. They're both very big guys and very fast.
Yeah, they're very good at the game.
Saracen, once again, it looks like someone sustained an injury, and this time it was you. What happened?
Yeah, Ace took a tumble, and as I jumped over him, as I landed, my knee went. After about 3 seconds, I got my composure back. I got back into the game. Unfortunately, Mark scored rampantly, and we couldn't stop him there, but I had a good game, and I enjoyed it.
Well, we all enjoyed it because it was a very, very fast game. Everybody was all over the place.
They were. I mean, there's times I was rolling off the mat completely. I enjoyed every minute of it.
And at one stage, we had the contenders rolling over each other. And Vulcan, you must be bitterly disappointed with your performance. You let Mark get away with a lot.
Oh, shut up! I don't even know where I'm here. I hate this place.
Mark scored a massive 18 points and Paul got 4, so Britain powers to a 19-point lead after 2 games.
Well, the 2 events out of the way, we still have another 3, plus the Eliminator, of course. So join us after the break for more Ashes action here on Gladiators.
challenger against 5 gladiators. Nobody said life was fair.
To score the maximum 10 points, the challenger must get all the way in less than 20 seconds.
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham. We're all set to let our challengers run the gauntlet. First up, it's the female event, and representing Great Britain, it's Hannah. Against our gladiators, Glacier, Delta, Rio, Fury, and Storm. Our referee for this event, John Forsyth.
Contender, ready! Hannah, the rugby player. Well, she's about to run the hard yards in Gauntlet. 3, 2, 1. Off goes Hannah. She hits Glacier and stops in her tracks. Now she pushes Glacier away and runs up to Delta. She's using great drive and strength to burst through. She's up to Rio. She's not wearing Rio at all as she goes straight through up to Fury. Knocks Fury for a 6. Bowls the final maiden over and gets 10 points for her team.
Hannah, you hurt yourself. Where did you hurt yourself?
Oh,
well, we'll get... Can you bear it? That was very, very tough indeed, but you made light work of Glacier, I can say that.
I was determined after the last game. I owed it to her.
Our next challenger representing Australia is Catherine. And our gladiator team is Rio, Vo, Laser, Fury, and Lightning.
I've called our challenger Catherine the Great before, especially after one of her runs in the Gauntlet where she blitzed the gladiators in way under 20 seconds. Catherine goes to Rio and Tango straight through up to Bo. Bo turns to water, Laser's next, and she can do nothing as Catherine crashes up to Fury. Fury has nothing to offer either because Catherine's just too powerful. Can Lightning stop her? No way, she's done it again, another 10.
That was pretty darn good.
Thanks.
Were you pleased with that?
Yeah, I was really pleased. I was actually not really happy that I fell down on the ground because it gives them an opportunity to lie on you. And of course you lose a few seconds, but I got through.
Both women really earned those 10 points in Gauntlet, so England now trails Australia by 8 with 2 games to go. Big combined team right here, strutting their stuff for an international Gauntlet run.
First to run the Gauntlet in the men, representing Australia, it's Paul Stubbs. Up against our gladiators, Rhino, Tower, Ace, Wolf, and Saracen. Our referee for this event is John Anderson. John, over to you.
Contender, ready!
Well, Stubbsy runs up hills to train back home. Well, this would be like running up Mount Everest.
3, 2, 1.
Reverse psychology as the challenger charges the Rhino and frames him off. And Stubbsy now in the tender mercies of Tower. Can he get through? Yep, Ace dive-bombed him a bit rough, but he gave him the cold shoulder. Now it's the big bad wolf. Stubbsy treats him like a sheep as he goes up to Saracen. Saracen's grim-faced, but he can't handle our Aussie guy. 10 points.
That really was a terrific run. 1 or 2 of them gave you a bit of trouble. In fact, it looked to me as if Tower gave you a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, they're all pretty big.
They certainly are. I mean, you're naturally exhausted, but you did a good job.
Yeah, did my best.
I'm the 1995 Gladiators champion of the domestic series, and this year I'm back to represent the UK against Australians.
And now, representing the Brits, it's Mark. He's against Condor, Tower, Wolf, Taipan, and Vulcan. John Anderson, the game is yours.
3, 2,
Condor grabs Mark and sinks in the talons. Mark comes to a halt, but Condor lets go of his prey. And Tower nabs him. Oh, what? The ref's blown the whistle. What for? Here's John Anderson.
This is not a wrestling match. You're not allowed to grab. You must push.
He said Tower grabbed the challenger. Oh, let's restart.
21 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Wolf tries to frighten Mark, but he frightened himself, and Mark runs up to Taipan. And there's the whistle once more. Oh, what's happened this time?
Not a wrestling match. You've grabbed the...
He said he held the challenger the same as Tower. Did you see the look on Taipan's face? He's angry. These British mitts are a lot smaller than the Australian ones, and I reckon that's what's causing all the problems for the Aussie Gladiators. Now with 17 seconds to go, it's all up to Vulcan, but he can't stop him. There's 10 to the pond.
Oh, Mark, I don't know about you, but I want to go home.
Yeah, that was a hard one, that.
Bring back happy memories?
Happy memories, unhappy memories. There was just... The game was okay, but they just kept grabbing me. I don't know if that's in the rules or if it's allowed or not.
Well, both challengers get 10, and the British team are still 19 points in front with 2 games to go for Stubbsy to catch up. We'll hang in there because next up is Hang Tough.
Monkeying around.
60 seconds to get past the attacking Gladiator, 10 points if you make it to the opposite platform.
First up, for the women representing Australia, it's Catherine. Against our Gladiator, Lightning.
Now remember, Catherine popped her shoulder in Hang Tough in the Aussie Grand Final. I hope she hasn't got any hang-ups about this game. And as you saw last week, Lightning really deserves her name. So away we go now at the start of Hang Tough. And look at these trademark massive swings from Lightning. Catherine moving with deliberation, and they're closing in together mighty fast. Catherine swings further, and now she grabs Lightning's handhold. Great move, or is she tempting fate? Lightning latches onto the Aussie physiotherapist. Will Catherine be able to hold on? She can't. No points.
Catherine, there's no gracious way of landing on this game, is there?
No, not at all.
Can you work out a tactic before the game begins, or really you just, once the whistle goes, you've got to take it as it comes?
No, I think most challengers do have a tactic, but when you come up against somebody like Lightning, usually the tactics don't work. And back in our domestic series, I fell off the rings and broke my collarbone, so it was a bit of a bogey event for me, but it was a great matchup.
Well done. Well, unfortunately, of course, no points, but Lightning, you're fast up there. Is that why they call you Lightning?
Well, I don't know, maybe so. I like to think that I'm fast, but this is one of my favourite events, and she had a bit of a bad draw there. But I'd like to wish you good luck for the next event and also for the Eliminator. After all, it is the Ashes. Give her a cheer!
Well, we're all set for our next event, but just before we go on, we have some sad news. Hannah, you've just come from the doctor, and what's he told you?
Oh, basically, I went in for the last tackle and just hit my elbow badly. He doesn't know what it is. Sending me for an X-ray, and I can't grip with that.
So in the interests of safety, we have to say goodbye to you here.
Yeah.
Folks, that's sad news for Hannah. I think she's a big round of applause for the gutsy effort that you've put in thus far.
Thank you.
And congratulations too, you've done your country proud. Well done, Hannah. Well, CJ Duffield, who's been, this morning was at work and tonight is now fighting for Great Britain here on the Gladiators. Are you all prepared?
Yeah, I'm prepared. I'm just really sorry that Hannah won't be able to continue. It's really sad, actually, to have to come in at this stage.
Well, CJ, you've got a lot riding on your shoulders. Obviously, the good work that Hannah's put in so far, and of course, the name of your country, the pride of Great Britain, is on your shoulders now, so we'll let you go off and get set.
Thank you very much.
Celia, or CJ, is in the British Army. She trains by doing cross-country running, skiing. She also admires Taipan.
Our second lady for this event, and her first time in the game, it's CJ for Great Britain. Against our Australian gladiator, Fury.
Now let's remember that CJ inherits Hannah's score, so she's coming from behind, a lot of ground to make up. Well, a slow start there for CJ, but Fury moving very, very well up here on the rings. We all know that Fury absolutely loves Hang Tough, and she wants to show these British challengers and fans just exactly what she can do. Now both of them are stuck in the same ring in the middle. Fury, just like lightning, she's going to take full advantage of this blunder. She locks onto the Army woman. She looks determined to hang in there to CJ, but Fury takes her down for no points.
CJ, welcome back to Gladiators.
Oh, thanks very much.
How does that compare to an Army assault course?
We don't actually have to swing on the rings on the Army assault course.
I guess you normally don't have someone trying to rip you down off them either.
No, definitely not. You have to carry a lot of weight, but...
We'll count that as a warm-up. You've still got another game to go, OK? But no points for you there, CJ.
Never mind, thanks.
Fury, you love it up there.
I do, it's one of my favourite games. What about you guys? Yeah? But she did very well. It's hard to come in a game like this. Sorry, no points.
No points to either of our challengers, Fury. So at the end of our fourth game, Australia still has an 8-point lead. One game to go. Big, bad and mean. Well, that's what he'd have you believe. Wolf is Britain's answer to Vulcan. Now that's a frightening thought.
Now we move into the men's event with Paul. And he's going to be facing the Wolfman. Over to our referee, John Forsyth.
Contender, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
The big run-up and the big swing from the Wolfman. And he goes straight down the line. Now Stubbsy's heading grimly right to the centre. And they're about to collide, I reckon. There it is. Wham, they did collide right in the centre, Stubbsy and Wolf. This could be a repeat of last week. Wolf comes off swinging in one hand and so does Stubbsy. This is a real drama happening here right on Hang Tough. Stubbsy now starts to swing away with two hands. Where is Stubbsy heading? He's heading straight back to Wolf once more. Now he's got away from him again. Wolf's going around in circles, and maybe Stubbsy's a chance for 10. He's just about over the platform. Can he beat the English Gladiator? He does, and Stubbsy's stoked.
Well, huge congratulations, Paul. You did that so beautifully. It was very classy.
It's very hard.
Well, I mean, two rings, then you snatched it right from in front of his nose.
It was a race to the red.
I mean, it was just amazing. It was really terrific. A great event, and you deserve your 10 points. Well done. And I just think, if I was you, I'd feel a little embarrassed.
I'll give credit where it's due. We both went for the double ring. No one's ever done that to me before. He got there before me, you know. So good luck to the guy.
Let's hear it for the Wolfman and for Paul. Well done. Next up for the men's event, it's Mark. And he's going to be swinging it out against the king of the rings. It's Taipan.
So even the Poms reckon our Types is the king of the rings. Well, they ought to know about that sort of stuff over here.
2, 1.
And Taipan takes off looking very businesslike as he heads towards the centre. Marcus veered to the right and Taipan now has to go that way also to get the momentum swinging. But I tell you what, the Lord of the Rings is not looking so regal up against this English challenger because Mark is getting away from him and looking towards the other platform. He's over it in 10 points.
My goodness. You obviously learned a few lessons when you were here last time because you made that so easy.
It wasn't easy, but I've been watching the Gladiators train. Through the cracks in the wall. They haven't been watching me, but I've been picking up tabs on how they train. It seemed to work, but there's still a few games to go yet, so.
Well, there is, and there's cries from your audience, clan over there, of easy, easy. And Taipan, you must be disappointed as the king of the ring.
All I can say, he was very, very lucky.
Both men get 10 each, so Paul can't cut back that lead that the British have now of 19 points, and that's very high scoring for the men. Grab your pugil sticks and duel with us after the break.
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here at Birmingham. We're set for our next event, and this time it's one-on-one with nowhere to run.
5 points if you survive for the full 30 seconds, 10 points if you knock the gladiator down.
For the UK, it's CJ. And our gladiator is Glacier. Our referee, John Forsyth.
Contender, are you ready?
CJ from the UK. She was a semi-finalist in last year's Gladiator series in the old Dart. She should put on a good fight and carry on Hannah's great work so far. CJ wades in and strikes very early, but Glacier returns the Army woman's fire. Glacier lands a damaging whack and the British woman is starting to wobble. Will she recover? Yep, she does. Now there's a bit of a stalemate here for both as they regroup. This is not an elegant game of duel. The pugil sticks are locked together and neither woman doing much. Glacier not as effective as she would have liked to have been tonight as CJ goes into a defensive mode. It's a tough fight up there and there's the whistle. 5 points for CJ.
So what part of your army training is that? Because you put up a great performance there.
I think they call it combat.
Combat.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good fight, though.
Glacier is one of our biggest and most powerful gladiators in Australia. We have really surprised us all.
My head knows that.
Well, the Brits have got 5 points. Let's see how the Aussies go. Representing us, it's Catherine. And our gladiator is Laser.
3, 2, 1.
Catherine wades straight in from the whistle and now Laser starts to flash back. This is a better game of duel. There's some big hits being thrown up there. Catherine's a little shaken, but she's got great resolve, this Aussie woman. That's why I call her Catherine the Great. She's got Laser on the back foot, and Laser seems to be in a bit of trouble. She lost her stick. There's 10 points to the Aussie woman. Catherine, take a bow.
Laser. I don't know if the TV cameras could pick it up, but from where I was standing, I could see the stuffing coming out of those poles.
I was so determined to knock her off there. Goodness gracious. She can be very lucky that I lost my pole. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah, but I'm sure, though, that part of the reason it happened was that Catherine was giving just as good as she was getting from you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not denying that. She gave me some good blows.
Well, of course, the great news for you, Catherine, is 10 points. I was saying to Laser, I could see the stuffing coming out of that. You guys were really slogging into each other.
Listen, Mike, I have never felt a hit on my head like I have felt today. I don't even know how I'm standing. This woman nearly put me unconscious, but I tell you what, I just wanted to stay there and just see out the 5 points, and to my luck, she dropped her bugle stick.
CJ survived for 5. Catherine earns a mighty 10. And Catherine has a 6.5 second lead in the Eliminator.
Hi, I'm Paul Stubbs. I was runner-up in Series 3. I'm very proud to be representing Australia here at the Ashes. Hopefully I'll do my best.
So now we move into the men's event with Paul. And he's going to be facing the one and only Saracen. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1!
Both men hesitant at the start, but then Saracen crashes a load of massive blocks on the Bricky's head. That was the wake-up call Stubbsy needed. The game's hotted up. Saracen delivering some absolutely wicked blows, and Paul drops his stick and forfeits the game.
Well, Paul, it looked to me like you did a pretty terrific thing there. And you waited, you held back, and then you nearly knocked him down.
Yeah, I've got a headache.
I bet you have. And I mean, you should have a headache too, because if that helmet didn't fit before, it certainly did now.
That was my tactic. I knew he was going to start ducking, trying to avoid my blow, so I let him hit me to open up, and I took him out.
Next up on Duel, it's Mark. And for all his sins, he's going to be facing Condor. Over to John Anderson.
3, 2, 1!
Whistle blows and Mark just taking a few tentative prods at the big bird. But I tell you what, Condor certainly isn't dictating terms up here. Condor spreads his wings and his claws are being bared. But Mark isn't stepping away from the fray. Feathers fly and the blows are mighty hard. Condor lets fly with some great blows, and I think Mark's ruffled his feathers there. There's no quarter being given by either country. Mark taking in. The time's running out. Condor fights back, so does Mark, and Mark survives for 5.
Well, Mark, I know you weren't particularly looking forward to this event, telling yourself it's only 30 seconds, but by goodness, you stood up there and you picked up your 5 points.
Yeah, I knew this guy was fast. I see him training backstage, and I thought, I wonder what he's training for. And then somebody said he's against you, and I thought, oh damn. But I stood my ground and I got my 5 points.
You certainly did. We're very proud of you, certainly as we're going into the Eliminator. And Condor, I mean, he put up a great fight, because you're sort of twice as wide as he is.
He's very good, yes. It's good to see. I hope everybody's having a good time here tonight.
Yeah, certainly now that the Brits are picking up 1 or 2 points. But, I mean, he really was very, very strong, and you nearly had him on a couple of occasions.
Yeah. Almost there, but that's the way it goes next time.
Mark wins 5, Paul 0, and look at the score for the old lady. 53-29. Mark has a 12-second lead in the Eliminator.
Well, now that our contenders have successfully eliminated the Gladiators, all that remains is the Eliminator itself. Join us after the break for the Eliminator here on Gladiators. supporters.
Each nation has one final test to face tonight, and you all know by now why we call it the Eliminator.
Catherine, as we just heard, a 6.5-second start, but the bungee web last week was a big equaliser.
Yeah, right, but let me sum it up this way. There's only one way, and that's the hard way, and let's hope that I do it the right way.
Well, there's nothing short of this being the hard way. This really is the assault course from hell. 60 seconds, what time do you think you're going to make it through?
I don't really care what time I make it through as long as I get through first.
CJ, you're relatively fresh, having come in as a reserve halfway through the game. You all set for this?
Yeah, definitely I'm all set for this. No.
Any piece of apparatus that you're wary of or that we should watch you on?
No.
Not at all. Okay. Well, you've both got the pride of your countries riding on your shoulders. Let's have a big round of applause for CJ for Great Britain and Catherine for Australia. Our referee for this event, John Anderson.
Catherine, you will go on my first whistle.
The Aussie physiotherapist up against the British Army woman. Now, Catherine has done the Eliminator in just over 60 seconds. CJ's time is slower, but national pride is at stake. It's great to see Catherine actually run an Eliminator. A torn shoulder kept her out of the Australian Grand Final, but tonight she's moving well. Here comes CJ, the last-minute fill-in for the British team, at work early in the day running the Eliminator at night, and a lot of ground to make up. But she's inherited Hannah's score from the first few games, so she can only try and do her best. Catherine grabs a handful of rungs and starts climbing along the ladder. CJ's just off the rope now. Catherine nearly falls off the rolling logs. She's going real well. She's up to the cargo net. CJ has the ladder to cope with, and across the logs while Catherine has a few metres to go on the net. Catherine's fans, everybody in the crowd giving her moral support. But I tell you what, CJ has made up a lot of ground on the net. She's nearly at the zip platform as Catherine comes down the zip line. Off there onto the balance beam, and let's see if we can find CJ. She's coming down the zip line now, and Catherine has definitely slowed across this beam, but she can afford to. She gets to the end of the balance beam, sets herself for the biggest run of the night. One little hiccup and she won't go through, but she does. There's two Aussie women in the grand final. You little beauty, says the crowd. They've gone wild as CJ pumps the arms, gets to the top of the travelator, goes through with an Australia win. And Eureka, how good was Catherine's run?
Congratulations, warm congratulations. I'm sure you understand the lack of excitement from the Brits' point of view. We've now got two female Australians in the Ashes final.
Yeah, I'm sorry to the Brits, but Australians are really good competitors, and we always like to win. But it's going to be a great show regardless of what happens, because we've got great gladiators, great Australian gladiators, and great Australian contenders.
We certainly have. Very well done to you, and we look forward to seeing you next week in the final. Let's hear it for Catherine.
CJ, well, you answered your country's call halfway through tonight, and you've still done Great Britain proud. A great effort there. 6.5 seconds, though, is a really, really tough lead to do anything about.
I was hoping she might get a bit more stuck in the bungee, but she's obviously done a good recce and she didn't get stuck.
I love this Army talk. She's done a good recce. You were great up the cargo net too, and the crowd really got behind you when you hit it there, because you were making up some good time.
I really went for it. I really tried to just lift my legs up and go for it, because I know my legs are strong and I knew I'd get up the travelator, but it's hard.
Well, we've got some flowers to present to you, and I think the Birmingham crowd would really like to say thank you very much, CJ, for putting up such a great effort and for coming in.
I'd like to thank them all as well. They've been great.
Well, Paul, you've not been a man of many words tonight.
Not many.
How are you feeling?
Not too bad.
Oh, you're looking okay. I mean, that's surprising because, of course, you've got a huge head start, Mark.
Yeah, I've got a good head start, but I can't be too confident because many a good gladiator and contender's been taken out at the bungee rope, so...
We'll just have to wait and see. The very best of luck to the two of you, and we'll see you both at the end. Good luck to Mark and to Paul. Over to John Forsyth.
Mark, you'll go on my first whistle. Both these men have proved themselves champions at the Gladiator Games. Both want to do well. Can Paul possibly make up the time difference? But look at this British champion start. He's not taking any chances. I guess he's competing against his personal best. We await the whistle to get Stubbsy on the way. There it is, and here he comes. He's got the biggest ask of any challenger. I've never seen such a massive score as Mark built up, or such a massive head start in any eliminator. Mark leaves the handbike as Stubbsy takes to the rope. The Aussie fans are working overtime. Stubbsy pedalling for glory on the bike as Mark starts to fly up the net for Queen and Country. I reckon this guy might be going for an OBE in the next honours list. Look at him fly. Go Mark, screams his girlfriend. Well, he doesn't need motivation. He's locomoting. Off the zip line he comes, and here goes Stubbsy to the top of the net. Go, go, says the Aussie cheer squad. I second that, but Mark's halfway across the beam and sets the travelator ready. Yep, he's home. So it's England versus Australia in the men's final next week, and that will be a ripper as Stubbsy takes the last hill run of the night. Good on you, Cobber, come home. But Mike, I guess Britain takes the male honours.
Well done. We better put this around your neck. Sometimes you get the breaks. You got the breaks tonight, but you're also a fantastic contender. Well done.
Thank you very much. It's just been one of those days. Everything's gone right.
I'm sorry, have you just run the eliminator? You're hardly out of breath.
Yeah, it was hard. It's a hard minute. I'd like to know my time, though.
102. 102 is the time, just over the minute, but we've got the bungee maze in there at the start, too. Here's Frankie, and look at this, the boy, sound asleep. It's been a long night, but that's great. Congratulations, folks. Let's have a big round of applause for Mark. Through to the finals next week, representing Great Britain.
Well, Paul, tremendous disappointment there for you, but I have to say you did incredibly well, bearing in mind Mark's head start.
Yeah, I tried my hardest. He's a great athlete, probably the best one I've seen. So well done to him.
And well done to you. It's been great to have you on the show. Obviously, the Brits are relieved to have somebody in the final, but we've enjoyed your company. Let's hear it for Paul. Well, I'm so relieved, Mike, that there's some British element in the Ashes final.
And a fantastic effort by Mark there. 2 Australian contenders for the females next week, but an Aussie guy and a Brit guy, so it's still not home and hosed for the Australians. It's going to be a big match. We'll see you next week for the grand final of the Ashes here on Gladiators.
See you
Goodbye.
then.
Next week, 2 Australian women battle it out for the winner's place. And for the men, Britain and Australia will have the heart-stopping task of proving which nation deserves the honour of the top country. Next Saturday night, the grand final battle for the Ashes on the Gladiators.
We're the Gladiators.